In the ever-evolving world of music, where trends come and go and new artists rise to prominence every year, few have made the kind of impact Billie Eilish has. From the moment she stepped onto the music scene, Billie's unique blend of dark pop, haunting lyrics, and eclectic fashion quickly set her apart. Yet her journey wasn't just about making music. It was about changing the way we listen, consume, and perceive pop music, carving a space for individuality that had been sorely missing in the industry. Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell, born in December 2001 in Los Angeles, California, was anything but typical. Raised in a family of artists, her journey into the music world was almost inevitable. Her older brother, Phineas O'Connell, was a key figure in her early development, co-writing and producing much of her debut music. Together, the pair formed a dynamic duo, and it wasn't long before Billie's unmistakable voice and musical vision began to catch the attention of listeners worldwide. In 2015, Billie released her breakout single, Ocean Eyes, on SoundCloud. Originally written by her brother as a song for his band, the track quickly became a viral hit, catching the attention of major music labels. But what made Ocean Eyes so special? It was Billie's voice, ethereal yet powerful, soft but undeniably gripping. The track showcased her vulnerability, an emotion that would become a signature throughout her career. The song's success not only marked the beginning of her career, but also set the tone for what was to come. A raw, unfiltered approach to music that resonated with a generation that craved honesty in an increasingly superficial world. What set Billie apart, even from her first hit, was the lack of pretension. While other pop artists were crafting a polished, carefully curated image, Billie's music was stripped down, both in sound and visual aesthetic. She wore oversized clothes to hide her body, creating a visual identity that didn't rely on conventional pop star sex appeal. Instead, she became a symbol for those who felt like they didn't fit the mold, those who wanted something different. Her clothing choices were a statement, a rejection of the traditional image of a pop star. Billie's style, influenced by the grunge era, rap culture, and an avant-garde fashion sense, was emblematic of her artistic rebellion. But Billie's rise wasn't just due to her look or the uniqueness of her sound. It was her unapologetic voice that caught everyone's attention. Her lyrics, often introspective and dealing with dark themes like mental health, loneliness, and the complexities of fame, resonated with young listeners who found solace in her vulnerability. Billie became a voice for a generation struggling with anxiety, depression, and societal pressures, opening up a conversation about mental health in a way that few pop stars had dared to do. The release of her debut EP, Don't Smile at Me, in 2017, solidified her as one of the most exciting new artists in the music scene. Tracks like Bellyache and I Don't Twanna Be You Anymore showed a level of maturity and depth that was rare for someone so young. Billie's music was reflective of her experiences, her thoughts, and her emotions. There was no filter, no attempt to sugarcoat the harsh realities of her life. The honesty in her music was what drew people to her. However, the real game changer came in 2019 with the release of her debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? The album was a revolution. With Bad Guy, the album's lead single, Billie not only conquered the charts, but also shattered expectations for what mainstream pop could be. The song was a departure from traditional pop structures, with its quirky bass line, minimalist production, and Billie's almost monotone vocal delivery. The track became a worldwide hit, and Billie Eilish was suddenly everywhere, on the radio, on social media, and in the hearts of millions. But what made Bad Guy so special wasn't just its chart success. The song became a cultural moment, a track that was immediately recognizable and inescapable. It was fun, it was quirky, and it was catchy in a way that had never been done before. The music video, with its bizarre visuals and playful aesthetic, was equally iconic. Billie's effortless coolness in the video, juxtaposed with her wild, unpredictable antics, made it a statement of individuality and artistic freedom. Bad Guy was a defining moment in Billie's career, but it was far from the only moment that would change the music scene. The release of the album was a turning point not just for Billie, but for pop music as a whole. It signaled the end of an era of polished, radio-friendly pop and the beginning of a new era in which authenticity and uniqueness were the driving forces. The album wasn't just a collection of hits, it was a deeply personal journey that explored Billie's psyche, fears, and struggles. Tracks like When the Party's Over and Listen Before I Go highlighted the vulnerability that had been a cornerstone of her music. These songs were about isolation, about feeling disconnected, and about facing the darker sides of life. Billie didn't just sing about the highs of fame and success. She delved into the lows, the struggles with mental health, and the complexities of navigating the expectations of others. The success of When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Wasn't just measured in sales or chart positions. It was in the way Billie's music became a cultural touchstone, in the way it resonated with fans on a personal level. Her ability to express complex emotions in a way that felt relatable to millions of listeners was what truly set her apart. The album was more than just music. It was an invitation to join Billie on a journey through the complexities of life, mental health, and self-expression. Billie Eilish's rise didn't just change the landscape of pop music, it altered the entire music industry's approach to stardom, creativity, and authenticity. What made Billie's success particularly revolutionary was how she defied all expectations, rejecting the traditional model of fame and crafting a new path for herself, all while bringing her fans along for the ride. Her music, her image, and her message resonated on a level that transcended mere entertainment. Billie became a movement, a voice for the misunderstood, the outcasts, and the dreamers. One of Billie's most iconic moments came at the 2020 Grammy Awards, where she made history by sweeping the top 4 major categories: Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. The achievement was unprecedented for an artist of her age, and it solidified Billie as the defining pop star of her generation. What made her Grammy victory even more groundbreaking was the way it challenged the norms of the music industry. At the time, the Grammy Awards were often criticized for favoring more traditional mainstream artists. But Billie's victory represented a shift in what the industry valued. Instead of following trends or playing to the masses, Billie succeeded on her own terms, embracing a genre-defying sound that combined elements of pop, electronic, indie, and alternative music. She rejected the glitzy image of many pop stars and instead presented herself as an artist who could succeed by being true to her authentic self. Her Grammy wins weren't just a personal triumph, they were a win for all those who felt out of place in the cookie-cutter world of pop music. This moment marked a profound change in the music industry. It sent a message that authenticity, vulnerability, and individuality could be celebrated at the highest levels of success. Billie Eilish had paved the way for a new era of pop music, one where artists were encouraged to take risks, break boundaries, and stay true to their own vision, no matter how unconventional it might be. Her success wasn't just about her talent. It was about the message she carried with her. She proved that there was room for diversity in the music industry and that artists didn't have to conform to an idealized image to be successful. Beyond the awards and accolades, Billie's influence was also felt in the cultural impact she had on her fans. Billie's rise coincided with a global movement focused on mental health awareness, particularly among young people. She used her platform to speak openly about her struggles with mental health, including depression, anxiety, and body image issues. In interviews and through her music, Billie created a space where it was okay to not be okay. She became an advocate for emotional honesty, and her vulnerability in addressing these topics made her a role model for many who felt isolated in their struggles. Her openness about mental health was particularly groundbreaking in an industry that often encourages artists to hide their vulnerabilities behind a carefully crafted persona. Billie's message resonated deeply with her fans, many of whom were grappling with similar issues. She gave them a voice, letting them know that they weren't alone in their feelings. This sense of connection helped build a devoted and passionate fan base, with many of her followers seeing Billie not just as an artist, but as a friend, someone who understood their pain. Another key moment in Billie's career was her 2020 album, Happier Than Ever. This album marked a new phase in Billie's musical evolution. While her debut album was marked by darker, more introspective themes, Happier Than Ever saw Billie explore new sounds and expand her creative horizons. The album's title track, Happier Than Ever, was a striking departure from her previous work, blending a soft, melodic start with a powerful, cathartic crescendo. The song's lyrics, which explored the emotional turmoil of a toxic relationship, showed a different side of Billie, one that was more assertive, self-assured, and unapologetically fierce. The album also marked Billie's continued collaboration with her brother, Phineas, who remained her co-producer and creative partner. The bond between the two was evident in the way their shared musical vision continued to evolve. Happier Than Ever was a testament to their growth as artists and collaborators. The album's success proved that Billie's appeal wasn't a flash-in-the-pan trend. It was a lasting cultural force, with a sound and message that resonated deeply with people across the world. Billie's fashion choices were also a vital part of her influence. Her oversized clothes, bold streetwear, and gender-fluid style challenged the conventional notions of beauty and femininity in the music industry. She refused to be objectified or boxed into a particular image, using fashion as a tool for self-expression. Her unique sense of style encouraged fans to embrace their individuality and to reject the pressures of societal beauty standards. In the years that followed, Billie's influence continued to grow. She remained true to her roots, refusing to let fame or success change her core message. As Billie grew as an artist, her music matured, but her commitment to authenticity remained unchanged. She continued to experiment with new sounds, pushing the boundaries of what pop music could be, while always staying true to the themes that made her an icon in the first place: mental health, self-expression, and individuality. Billie Eilish's influence on the music scene cannot be overstated. She not only changed the way we listen to music, but also the way we understand what it means to be an artist in the 21st century. She proved that success doesn't have to come at the cost of personal authenticity, and that it's possible to be both vulnerable and powerful at the same time. Through her music, her message, and her unwavering commitment to being herself, Billie Eilish has left an indelible mark on the music industry and will continue to inspire future generations of artists to come.